So how did you feel about filming that video, Eileen?
It's really nerve-wracking for me.
Why? Nervous? Oh, look, there's some of our trucks. It's a machine. A DS Group machine.
I get nervous on camera sometimes.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, we don't have a camera. We have our phone. We have our iPhone.
Yeah. Yeah, like the questions, like sometimes I'm not really like quick to answer questions.
Huh.
And I'm like, when I'm like put on the spot, I'm like, oh, dang. I feel like I have to answer like correctly, or else I get embarrassed.
See, when you make a mistake, you get a little bit embarrassed. You know what? It's pretty normal, Gorda. It's not easy to make mistakes and be okay with them. I think even the way you speak, I have an accent. It's not heavy, but I have an accent, and I learned to live with it. I learned that instead of perfecting my accent, I should perfect what I say and pick the right words. And plus, having an accent, I think, gives me a little bit of an original taste to myself. So, kind of exploit my accent nowadays, kind of use it and just pick the right words, the right tonality, and the right nonverbal gestures. I'm very animated when I talk, by the way. But that's all, Eileen. Mistakes, we say. I mean, like I said, we're not expert bloggers. We're just talking. This is talks when we're driving to work. In this case, it's been a long drive. There's a lot of traffic. So yeah, go on. So why do you get nervous about making mistakes?
I don't know. I get like, I feel like if I make mistakes, I messed up pretty bad. And it's like, when I make a mistake, I feel like I messed up. It's like, I can't go back anymore because I already messed up. And it's like, I have trouble like coping with it sometimes. It's like, dang, I messed up. I can't do anything anymore. I messed up. This is embarrassing. I just embarrassed myself. I can't do anything anymore. Like,
Oh, so you're actually afraid of being embarrassed. You're not afraid of failing. You're afraid of being embarrassed.
it's kind of like both.
Okay, so you're afraid of being embarrassed. Okay. What does being embarrassed do for you?
I feel like I messed up. And it's like, wow, now everybody's gonna be like laughing at me because I messed up.
So it makes you feel uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't like being uncomfortable? No?
I feel awkward when I'm uncomfortable.
Okay. So I had a great mentor that always told me that the best times in life are when you're being uncomfortable, because that means you're learning or you're growing. So he taught me something very special that said you have to learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable. I don't know if it's kind of mixed emotions there, but it makes sense in the end, because you're saying, well, it's okay to be uncomfortable. You just have to learn how to be okay being uncomfortable. And that's how you become successful in life, because you're always in uncomfortable situations where you make them comfortable, or you know how to react to them. So I have a lot of uncomfortable situations every day, but I have to go through them. But I learn how to be okay with them. For example, there's some meetings that are very uncomfortable, but you kind of learn how to understand them. The way that I cope with being uncomfortable is I become a detective. Like, I want to learn more about the situation. So if I'm in a situation where I'm comfortable, I want to learn more. I ask a lot of questions. So it could be the more knowledge the more I have about the question, the more comfortable I can respond back. So I use it as a tool to learn more about the situation or the person I'm talking to. So if I'm comfortable in a situation where I'm meeting someone I've never met before, I get comfortable by asking a lot of questions and being so interesting in the person. So the more interested I am in the person, the more questions I ask. The more questions I ask, the more I learn from that person or from that situation. So being embarrassed is part of life. Just every time we do something new, we're going to be a little embarrassed, but we learn. And we kind of, like I said, you become like an investigator. Like, why am I embarrassed? What about the situation is making me embarrassed? How could I change that by asking questions or being a little more into the conversation? For example, when I ask you, what rules do you have? You could have asked me, well, and relate to what? Like, what rules? I mean, are you talking about family? Are you talking about work? Are you talking about school? And I could have refined your question so you could have had a better answer. So in case when somebody will ask you that again, you could become a detective and be like, what type of rules are we talking about? We're talking about family rules. We're talking about home rules. We're talking about chores. We're talking about work. We're talking about family. Or whatever you want to do, you just have to ask more questions so that answer you give back will be more specific. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I ask you again, what are the rules, Eileen?
And,
what are our family rules?
well, our family rules are always respect each other.
Okay.
Always listen to one another.
Okay.
Wait, that's actually like respect, right?
No. I mean, it's part of respect, but yeah, no, you're right. It's listening is still one rule.
Always help one another.
Okay. No smoking?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not
You're breaking a rule, Dad.
It's true. It's true. I'm a social smoker, Eileen.
What's that? A social smoker?
Social smoker is an excuse. It's a sorry excuse for being a smoker, Gorda.
No.
But so what's your habit? I have a bad habit. I smoke cigarettes, like a cigarette a day. It helps me. I don't know what it helps me at, but I like it. One cigarette a day. I figure it's not gonna kill me. Well, maybe it is, but that's my vice. So what about you, Eileen? What's your vice?
What's my vice?
What's something that you do that you don't, not too proud of?
I have trouble paying attention. Like in school, sometimes they'll be talking about something and then I'll just get distracted from something else. So that's like something I have trouble with. I get distracted easily. I guess that's good advice.
No, it's a habit. But it has to be from something else then. So if you're distracted, it means you're thinking about something. Or something distracting you.
Mm-hmm.
It could be something, it could be someone, it could be some people. I don't know, it just could be anything. Anything that you're thinking of other than what you're doing at that moment. So let's say you're in school. What will be one of your distractions? What are you thinking of?
My friends are talking to me.
Okay, so somebody's distracting you at that point, okay?
Yeah.
What about your mind? Is it ever distracting you?
Yeah.
Your mind distracts you too?
Yeah.
It's pretty normal. Distracts all of us.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking when you get most distracted? How to make money?
No, that's only sometimes.
Mm.
It depends. Like, I'll look at something and then I'll think about like what happened, like how I relate to that thing. So,
Whatever you're listening to?
so like too, where like whatever I look at and I start like looking at it and I start thinking, and it's like I start thinking and I get off, like I get distracted.
So let's say if you hear somebody's talking about California, what do? You start thinking about California?
No, it's not like what they say. It's like what I'm looking, like if the teacher's talking, I usually look around the room. I'm like looking while he's talking, and then I look at something, and then like I start thinking about it, and then I start thinking like how I related to it.
Okay. But then it starts kind of taking you somewhere, and you just get lost.
Yeah.
Go from another thought to another thought to another thought, so you just kind of go like a bubble.
Mhm.
Yeah, that happens to all of us. It's all normal. Thinking is part of our life. Some of us overthink, some of us underthink, because there's really no happy balance. You know what?
Mhm.
So what's the day like for today? What are we doing today? Huh? Besides playing with the phone.
Well, today I'm gonna try to help as many people as I can at the office. Whoever needs help, I'm gonna help them with whatever I can. And if they'll teach me. That's my plan.
Okay.
What
Cool.
about yours, Ed?
Mine is to do the same thing as you. Try to see how many people I can help. See where is the company at. Make sure we're all good in line and we're moving forward. Make sure the sales department is doing what they do. When I say make sure, I'm just gonna ask. Not really gonna do much. And make sure accounting is doing our accounting stuff. Production is producing. And I'm gonna chit chat for a while. I'm a chit chatter, as we all know. And then at 4, I gotta go pick up your report card, Eileen. I gotta get ready to see your report card. See how it goes. I'm excited about that. I am excited about picking up my report card for my kids. So, all right, Eileen. I think we got a plan for today. So we blogged about 20 minutes. We're gonna upload these videos and hopefully we get fans. And if we don't, well, I guess we don't. We're trying to make better videos so they can like us. So, thank you guys for watching us, and me and Eileen are getting to work, so we will see you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.